Today we will explore a powerful philosophy to better cope with life's challenges and find inner peace, Stoicism. If you want to overcome stressful days and increase your mental resilience, this video is for you. And we'll start with no excuses, because with these 6 easy steps, we'll open the door to developing a Stoic mindset. Let's get started. Setting out on the path to a Stoic mindset is like meeting a limitless world of self-discovery. It is a journey that unfolds over time, with each wave of experience shaping your understanding and resilience. Patience is your compass here. It reminds you that self-mastery does not come in an instant, but through the steady accumulation of practice, reflection, and growth. Be kind to yourself on this journey. For every sailor was once a beginner, and every master was once a student. Stoicism is not a call to emotional detachment, but a quest for emotional wisdom. It teaches us that feeling is deeply human, but that we have the power to choose our response to the emotions that stir within us. By managing our emotions with insight and intention, we steer clear of the rocks of unnecessary suffering and sail into the calm waters of inner peace. This is the Stoic art of living, embracing the full range of human emotions but not letting them set our course. In the modern world, Stoicism is not an inheritance from the past. It is a dynamic system of thought that helps us cope with the challenges of today. It is a living philosophy that adapts to the rhythm of contemporary life. It invites you to take its timeless principles, courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom, and weave them into the fabric of your daily existence. They are not rigid doctrines, but flexible tools ready to be molded by your hands and integrated into the masterpiece of your life. Please consider subscribing to the channel, liking this video, and turning on notifications if you find value in what you are about to discover before embarking on this transformative adventure. Your support helps us build a community of like-minded individuals eager to grow and tackle life's challenges with grace. Understand a control dilemma. Embarking on the path of stewardship begins with embracing the dilemma of control, a concept that underpins this enduring philosophy. Inner empowerment is a call to make a clear distinction between those elements of life over which we can exert influence and those over which we cannot. This principle calls us to take responsibility for our inner world, our thoughts, judgments, and actions, while at the same time encouraging us to accept the external forces that are beyond our reach. Imagine standing at the helm of a ship and navigating the unpredictable seas of life. You cannot control the weather, the tides, or the currents. But you do have control over the rudder, the sails, and your destination. This is the Stoic mindset that teaches us to focus on steering our ship with intention and skill, leaving the uncontrollable elements to the will of nature. It is about anchoring ourselves in our own sphere of influence and finding serenity in the midst of chaos. When we encounter situations that stir our emotions, the dilemma of control invites us to pause and reflect. It asks us, is this within my power to change? If the answer is yes, it empowers us to act with purpose and determination. If the answer is no, it offers us the wisdom to let go, to step away from the turmoil of grappling with the unchangeable. Enlightened surrender, not resignation to fate, is a strategic choice to conserve our energy for the battles we can win. I would like to add that there are also things in our lives that we can change but don't dare to change. Sometimes this is confused with patience and starts an endless cycle that is intent on consuming our existence. Stoicism calls us to be aware and says, "He who endures what happens to him when he could change it is not patient, but cowardly." This Stoic practice is not about suppression, it is about transformation. It is about turning worry into action, frustration into acceptance, and fear into courage. It is realizing that while we cannot control the external narrative, we can write our internal response. Whatever the external cacophony, we can choose to respond with grace, composure, and a clear mind. The control dilemma is a liberating force. It frees us from the shackles of external validation and the weight of things beyond our comprehension. It teaches us to find contentment and strength within ourselves and to build a fortress of peace in our minds that no external force can overcome. Our strength lies not in the events that happen to us. It reminds us that it lies in our reactions to them. Let the dilemma of control be a beacon of hope. Share the beauty of this Stoic wisdom. In the art of letting go, we find the strength to truly hold on to what matters. Let our peace, our purpose, and our power to shape our lives from within be your resounding message in every moment and in every life you touch. Practice 2 negative visualizations. Seneca says that we should project our thoughts forward at every opportunity and keep in mind all kinds of possibilities instead of just the usual course of action. Imagine you have to give a very important speech in front of a great crowd. You're anxious because there's a chance that everything could go wrong, but before you go on stage, you can go through everything that could go wrong. A problem with a microphone, a clicker not advancing a slide, the audience not reacting as expected. You can see potential problems before they happen, and you can come up with solutions before anything happens. This way, if a problem arises, you are prepared to deal with it and avoid being overwhelmed by it. Negative visualization is a profound exercise of Stoicism. It is a tool to strengthen the mind against the inevitable negativity of life. By contemplating the loss of things we cherish, we not only prepare ourselves for the unexpected, we also deepen our appreciation of the present. This technique is not about inviting gloom into our lives. Rather, it is about inoculating ourselves against the impact of loss and enhancing our daily experience of joy. Imagine the things you value most, such as your health, your relationships, or your possessions. Now imagine them slipping away. This mental rehearsal is not meant to cast a shadow on your soul, but to illuminate the impermanence of everything. It teaches us that our attachment to the material and the external can be a source of fragility. By periodically visualizing their absence, we remind ourselves that we are more than what we have. We are defined by how we respond to what life offers us. We find a source of resilience in unexpected tragedies. We ask ourselves how we would move forward if something like this happened to us. This question is not just hypothetical, it is a life strategy. It prepares us to face life's challenges with a calm mind and a determined heart. It's about building an inner fortress where our true self resides unshaken, unaffected by the whims of fortune. Remember, most of the things that happen to us don't really upset us because of the event itself. It is the meaning we attach to it. Marcus Aurelius says, "Remove the conviction, and I have suffered evil, remove the complaint, and I have suffered evil, remove the complaint, and the harm is removed." By applying the principles of Stoicism, we can change the way we look at things. Negative visualization is now our gateway to living fully. This is the Stoic way of honoring the transient beauty of life, of valuing every breath, every connection, every fleeting moment. To find peace in this stillness and to discover strength in our most vulnerable moments. So I invite you, my friends, to make this visualization part of your daily ritual. Find a quiet space, reflect on the impermanence of life, and allow this awareness to fill you with a deep sense of gratitude. In this practice, we uncover the true essence of life. It is not what we accumulate that matters. It is the love we share, the kindness we radiate, and the presence we embody. Remember, the value of our lives is not measured by the goods we collect, but by the experiences we savor and the connections we nurture. Let us embrace this Stoic practice together and transform our understanding of loss into a celebration of the abundance of life. 3. Cultivate rational thinking. In the Stoic garden of the mind, rational thinking is the sunlight that nurtures growth and harmony. It is the practice of tempering the heat of our emotions with the coolness of reason, ensuring that our judgments are not clouded by the transient fog of fleeting emotions. Stoicism asks us not to deny our emotions, but to understand them, to look at them through the lens of reason and let wisdom guide our reactions to anger. Or think of those moments when anxiety blows through you like a storm. The Stoic approach is not to suppress these waves, but to navigate them with the compass of reason. By stopping and thinking, we can identify the thoughts that feed our emotions. We ask ourselves, does this thought make sense? Is there another way to see this situation? This introspection opens the door to a space where calm reigns and choices are made thoughtfully, not hastily. Rational thinking is an anchor that stands firm even when the seas of emotion try to drag us into turbulence. It is realizing that while we cannot control the external events that trigger our emotions, we can control the internal dialogue that follows. By developing a mindset that prioritizes reason, we build an inner sanctuary of peace, a refuge from the chaos of unexamined reactions. This principle is a path to empowerment. It allows you to see your emotions as signals, not dictators. Go into every emotion you feel, investigate it like a detective, demand evidence of what it makes you feel. As you gather the evidence, try to realize that it is an opportunity to interact with your inner philosopher, to have a conversation with your own mind and get an answer that reflects its true intentions. Let us embark on a journey towards inner peace by cultivating rational thinking. When strong emotions arise, let us stop together, breathe, and engage with our inner wisdom. Let's ask ourselves the hard questions and be open to the answers that reason can provide. This is how we can transform our emotional energy into purposeful action. This is how we can find calm in the midst of the storm. Focus on the 4 virtues at the heart of Stoicism: The pursuit of virtue is not just a practice, but a celebration of our highest potential. There are 4 themes: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These are the stars that guide us in the night sky of our lives. They are not distant ideals. Wisdom is our sincere companions on our journey to become better human beings. It is the light that pierces through ignorance and illuminates our path with clarity and insight. It is the search for knowledge, not only about the world around us, but also about ourselves. Wisdom asks us to look inward, to question, to learn, and to grow. It is virtue that turns every experience into a lesson and every setback into a stepping stone. Justice is the compass that guides us towards fairness and honesty. It is the voice that encourages us to do what is right, even when it is difficult. Justice is about giving everyone their due with balance and harmony. It calls us to act with empathy and compassion, to advocate for the well-being of others as well as ourselves. Courage is the fire that burns within us. It pushes us to face our fears and stand up for our beliefs. It is the power to take risks, to be vulnerable, and to show great courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to take action despite the odds. It is the virtue that enables us to embrace life's challenges and move forward with courage and determination. Temperance is a gentle hand guiding us towards moderation and self-control that calms us. It is the wisdom to know our limits, to seek balance in all things. Moderation is about finding the middle ground between restraint and discipline and excess and deficiency. It is the virtue that teaches us to enjoy life's pleasures without becoming slaves to them. Let these virtues be a voice that inspires you to reflect on your life. You can hear the voice of conscience, a phrase we use all the time, only with the right use of these 4 cardinal virtues. Start asking yourself today, right now, how do your actions align with these virtues? How can I embody wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation today? I invite you to take these virtues to build a life that is not only successful but also meaningful. We all have the power to light a fire of virtue in our hearts. Let our virtues be a beacon that guides our best selves towards a life lived with purpose and passion. 5. Embrace the amorphous love of destiny. In the first book of the Discourses, Epictetus imagines himself being executed by the Roman guards. He has lost control of his life. Now, showing a calmness and wisdom, he thinks, I should die, but should I die shouting? I should be put in chains, but should I be exiled groaning and whimpering? But is there anything to stop me from going with a smile, calm and self-controlled? Amor conqueror, love for one's destiny, is a Stoic embrace of life in its entirety. Whether joyful or challenging, it is the affirmation that every experience is a thread in the complex fabric of our existence. This principle encourages us to welcome our path with open arms, to find meaning in difficulties, and to perceive each obstacle as a sculptor's chisel that transforms us into stronger, more resilient beings. This term, first used by the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, actually goes back to Stoic thought. The Stoics sought to alleviate past traumas and find a deeper inner peace through contemplation and meditation. They used to use it to help. Remember Seneca saying that fate guides the willing and drags the unwilling. Amorphathy is more than understanding what happens to us. It is understanding that our perception does not always have to be negative. It is understanding that accepting the current circumstances will make us better. It is about understanding that sometimes we need to be grateful for cloudy weather and that there is always a way through the storm. We all face challenges. We all get stuck in traffic. We all deal with slow wow or bad cellular service when we need to send an important message. But as rational people, we tend to think that these challenges are made especially for us. We feel as if the world is against us, that we cannot win. But this has nothing to do with reality. Everyone faces obstacles. Everyone stumbles sometimes. As we talked about in the first chapter, there are some things in life that we cannot control, and no matter how hard we try, they will always be out of our control. Don't think of the challenges you face as just an obstacle, but as a curriculum designed by the universe for your personal growth. Every challenge is a lesson in disguise, asking you what wisdom you can extract from me. When we respond with curiosity instead of despair, we turn our struggles into teachers and our suffering into progress. It is a continuous learning journey where every setback is a stepping stone to a greater self. When we dance with destiny, we don't lead, we follow with grace. To love our destiny is to understand that the mosaic of life is at its most beautiful when we accept the purpose of each piece, no matter how sharp its edges. It is consciousness to seek the light of hope, to appreciate the rain for promising rainbows, and to understand that the darkest nights produce the brightest stars. It is a decision. It is more than an amorphous way of thinking. It is a way of life. Incorporating amorphy into your life will require time, effort, and sacrifices that you will probably not feel comfortable with. But we must do it. We must leave our existential anxieties behind. We need to move away from what-ifs and towards our future. Can you see a challenge you are experiencing now through the lens of amorphy? Ask yourself, how can this experience enrich my life? How can I draw strength from it? It's about recognizing that growth often requires friction, and in that friction we have the opportunity to polish our character. Dear friends, let the love of destiny be your voice, guiding you to a place of acceptance and appreciation for everything that happens to you, and remember that in the grand narrative of your life, every chapter, no matter how difficult, has a place and purpose. It's not just about enduring what life throws at us, but loving it for the unique shape it gives to our personal story. That it is what has happened to you and your reaction to it that has shaped the person you are now. Remember, therefore, love what has happened to you, love who you have become and how much you have changed, love your destiny, love yourself. 6. Practice mindfulness and journaling. Mindfulness and journaling are the twin jewels of the Stoic crown. They are practices that bring us into the present and help us map our inner landscapes. Mindfulness is the art of anchoring ourselves in the present. It is a serene acceptance of the present moment, free from the distractions of past regrets and future anxieties. It is a practice that allows us to live fully in every breath, every heartbeat, every fleeting second of existence. On the other hand, keeping a diary is the concretization of introspection. It is a dialogue with ourselves, a record of thoughts, feelings, and actions that hold a mirror to our inner world. Journaling traces the contours of our soul. We uncover patterns, celebrate victories, and learn from missteps. It is a personal testament to our journey. It is a map that shows us where we have been and where we want to go. Together, mindfulness and journaling create a symphony of self-awareness. Mindfulness brings us into the present, while journaling helps us understand our passage through time. This harmonious practice cultivates a Stoic mindset that values self-reflection and personal growth. It is a commitment to live consciously, to be the architects of our own lives, building each day with purpose and intention. Intend to find moments of stillness in each new day, to sit with your thoughts, to breathe in the essence of the present moment. Pick up a pen, put your thoughts on paper, and start writing. If you don't know what to write, write about how you started your day, and after a few sentences you will begin to connect with your deeper consciousness and realize that you are thinking about something that leaves your eyes moist. Suddenly the pen that was writing fast, quickly, and erratically will start writing slowly and carefully, and you will feel that things are getting better. Let's inspire each other in this practice of mindfulness and journaling. For those who have no idea how to start, let's leave a comment below and support each other. Let's embrace the present moment with open hearts and document our journey with open minds. Together, let's discover the power of now and the wisdom that comes from looking within. This is how we build a virtuous life, one mindful moment and honest word at a time. Do you intend to embrace these practices not just as exercises, but as ways of being, as essential components of a life lived with depth and authenticity? Let me know in the comments. And so we come to the end of this journey into the depths of Stoicism. I hope you have discovered how this ancient philosophy can be a guide in our modern world. How Stoicism can be a guide to finding your own inner strength and standing up to the storms of life. You have seen this. If this journey has made you think, felt, and inspired you, please share your thoughts in the comments section. Your feedback is the heart of this community and allows us all to learn from each other. Remember that every comment can be someone else's light, and of course, if you like the content of my channel and want to support it, you can subscribe by clicking the join button or support with super thanks. Your support gives me the strength to continue this journey of knowledge and inspiration. I wish you to sail to new horizons in your life, armed with the power of Stoicism. See you in the next video. Stay in health and peace and be a Stoic. Stay happy.